After 3 weeks of AI research, it has become abundantly clear to me that one of the main skills I need to become proficient in AI automation is prompt engineering. So stick around if you want to see the learnings that have taken me from a complete beginner to what I believe is now an intermediate level. So you might be thinking, Mia, what the hell is a prompt? And for me, a prompt is the tool I can use to get the AI to produce exactly what I want it to produce. And my ability to prompt engineer well means that I can produce work with the cheapest and the fastest models. Compared to someone who hasn't learnt the skill of prompt engineering, who may have to use more expensive, slower models to produce the same work. For me, the bottom line is a low quality input will equal a low quality output. An example of a bad prompt might be write me an email for my newsletter subscribers. Whereas we can now dive into how to structure a better one. From my learnings, any good prompt starts with assigning the large language model a role. So when I say large language model, this is just a technical term for something like ChatGPT or Claude. You can tell the model where their expertise lies and what the focus of their expertise is. And in turn, this can enhance the output's quality and relevance. So when considering our bad prompt earlier, when rewriting our new prompt, the role might be you are a world-class copywriter specializing in writing emails for newsletters. You can see its area of expertise and you can see the focus within its area of expertise. Once we've assigned the model a role, we then want to provide it with a task to complete. So from my learnings, this usually starts with a verb. For example, generate, write, provide, classify. And within this task, I want to provide it with specific details. For example, include key elements like 3 takeaways and 1 action step. And under this umbrella of the task section of our prompt comes a technique called chain of thought prompting. This is where we can guide the AI with step-by-step instructions of how to walk through the process of what we want it to produce. So when I'm rewriting the new prompt, I might assign it the task of write a highly valuable, insightful nurture email for my newsletter subscribers using my tone of voice to turn this brain dump, and you can insert the brain dump, into an email that includes 3 takeaways and 1 easily implementable action step at the end of the email. Now, when it comes to the example of chain of thought prompting, for more simple tasks, I could write, please think step by step. But for the purpose and example of what we are rewriting for our new prompt, I could write, number 1, analyze the brain dump transcript. Number 2, separate the information into individual sections. Number 3, rewrite each section using my tone of voice. And number 4, combine all sections to form a highly valuable and coherent email, including 3 takeaways and 1 easily implementable action step at the end. So now we have assigned the AI a role and we have given it a task to complete and used chain of thought prompting for more complex tasks. We now want to set some boundaries and add some emotion to the prompt. And this all starts with specifics. So the specifics part of the prompt sets clear parameters for the AI's output. This might include things like only include the email body in your response, or the email can be no more than 250 words. But the adding emotion a part of the prompt is called an emotion prompt. And this adds emotional context to enhance the AI's performance on more complex tasks. If I was going to include this in a prompt for a more simple task, I might write something like, this task is very important to my career. But if the task is more complex, I may write, this task is vital to my career and I greatly value your thorough analysis. At this point in the prompt, I have assigned the AI a role, I have provided it a task and used the technique of chain of thought prompting, and I have set boundaries and added some emotion to the prompt using specifics, which includes an emotion prompt. But now I'm going to give the AI some context. I'm going to describe the detailed environment of which it is working in. I'm going to reinforce the role that I have provided it at the start. And I'm going to explain the impact that both being successful in the role it has been given and the task it has been provided and the impact that that has on the business. So allow me to show an example that includes all three of these elements. Precision Auto Gallery is a premium automotive dealership located in the metropolitan downtown area, specializing in new and certified pre-owned luxury vehicles from top international brands. Here I'm reaffirming the role again. Therefore, your role as our copywriter directly impacts our ability to build rapport with our current and future customers, influencing our business revenue. So now the AI has a role, it has a task, it has specifics, and it has context. Now we are going to leverage examples with a technique called few-shot prompting. This is a part of the prompt where we can give the AI model 3 to 5 examples of exactly the format that we want our responses outputted as, ultimately helping the AI grasp nuanced requirements more effectively. This is slight overkill for the task that we're doing, but to show you an example of a few-shot prompting, this could be related to another email-related task that could be performed within the business. So we could ask the model to sort emails based on urgent, attention required, and not important. So email 1 or example 1. The car has not been delivered to the customer today, despite the driver setting off at 9 a.m. this morning. Please call me on fake number ASAP. Category: email 2. Hi, I'm looking to buy a lawnmower. Please can you send me a list of the ones you have available? Category: not important, not even relevant to the business. Email 3. Good morning. I bought a Mercedes-Benz from you last month. I am now looking to upgrade the exterior in 3 months' time. Please can you tell me if you offer this as a service? Category: attention required. An example of how we want the AI to respond and how we want the output to be structured. I can now wrap up the prompt with a note section which helps combat something called lost in the middle, a problem that can occur in long prompts where in the output you can see that the AI has remembered the start and the end of the prompt but has got lost in the middle. Therefore, a note section helps us to be able to remind the AI of the essentials of the prompt and the task that we are asking it to complete. So in the notes section, I may include a reminder about tone consistency, reminding the AI to maintain my tone of voice, or a reminder about output format, reiterating specific output requirements to ensure compliance. So combining all the sections that I've talked about in constructing the new prompt, we can now compare our old bad prompt to our new prompt. Our bad prompt was write me an email for my newsletter subscribers for my premium car dealership. But using everything we spoke about, our new prompt is you are a world-class copywriter specializing in writing emails for newsletters. Write a highly valuable, insightful nurture email for my newsletter subscribers using my tone of voice to turn this brain dump into an email that includes 3 takeaways and 1 implementable action step at the end of the email. Analyze the brain dump, separate the information into individual sections, rewrite each section using my tone of voice, combine all sections to form a highly valuable and coherent email, including 3 takeaways and 1 easily implementable action step at the end. Only include the email body in your response. The email can be no more than 250 words. This task is very important to my career. Precision Auto Gallery is a premium automotive dealership located in the metropolitan downtown area, specializing in new and certified pre-owned luxury vehicles from top international brands. Therefore, your role as our copywriter directly impacts our ability to build rapport with our current and future customers, influencing our business revenue. Only include the email body in your response. Write your response in my tone of voice. And just so we are including all elements, of course, I have asked the AI to analyze a transcript and use my tone of voice. So for it to be able to do this, I created a fake transcript in Claude where a car salesperson is talking about the difference between premium dealerships and non-premium dealerships. So I went back to Claude and gave it our bad prompt, and this was its output. Now you can pause the video to be able to read this output, but the output was so long that it didn't actually fit onto one slide. This is the rest of the output on the second slide, and I'm sure you can now see that this output is very long. It includes many different elements. It's like someone has word vomited into your inbox. And when you think about being a premium car dealership and the type of clientele that you're going to encounter, this is not an email suited to that type of clientele. Typically, this would be individuals with a higher income, with very busy schedules, and therefore don't have the time to read your extremely long emails. And therefore, this does very little to build client rapport. It's not based on any personal conversations from the specific car dealership itself, and it is very general. Now this is the output in Claude based on our new prompt that was written, and as you can see, it's a lot shorter. It's kept within the 250 word limit. It's a lot more personal. It mentions the precision auto gallery, and yes, the actual structure of it doesn't make complete sense for the type of email subscriber we would be sending this to. However, it is digestible, it is more likely to be read, and therefore is helping with the rapport building in the client. Maybe it's not someone who's bought off you already, but maybe this is keeping communication open with future clients who do want to know what separates you from just any other dealership, why I should come to you and nowhere else, and gives Precision Auto Gallery a chance to demonstrate their quality without an individual actually walking into their dealership and having a face-to-face conversation. Of course, you can go back and pause the video and read both of those outputs in more detail, but as you can already see through me just talking through the outputs, how I may now go back to my new prompt and make iterations in order for the output to be exactly what I want it to be. Maybe I take away the elements of including 3 takeaways and 1 easily implementable action step, and maybe I do show 3 of our top of the range new cars in this week. But for sure, our new output produced a much better quality output than our original output with our bad prompt. But as I said at the very beginning, prompt engineering is a skill, and like when you go to the gym and you train your muscles, the more reps you put in, the better strength you have. Therefore, in order for us to have the biggest, strongest muscles we can have when it comes to prompt engineering, we need to practice. And this is absolutely a skill I will be working on indefinitely. It can also be useful to stay up to date when it comes to the subject of prompt engineering, as in even the last year, I have seen developments that have shown that prompt engineering is becoming an easier and easier skill to gain. The barrier of entry into prompt engineering is becoming lower and lower and lower. And as you can see from what I've spoken about today, required no code whatsoever. I hope you've gotten a taste of the power behind prompt engineering and the endless possibilities of what it can help you produce. And of course, feel free to hit subscribe for more insights as I continue to explore the case